certainly me, peeps. What's up? It's me, John D. Villarreal, the 4-time national champion and the MMA expert. And we're still talking about Strikeforce, the heavyweight Grand Prix. I'm joined by Paul Villarreal there by phone. And now we're going to talk about the other big matchup here. With this heavyweight Grand Prix, we're talking about Bigfoot Silva versus Daniel Cormier. You all probably know that I've met Cormier of AKA down there in San Jose, Javier Mendez, all that type of stuff. And we've talked to him, we've got videos with him, whatever. If you haven't seen those, they're hilarious. He's a very funny guy. Check those out. I think that you'll enjoy those, our videos there. Now, putting aside the personalities, this is an intriguing matchup. Bigfoot Silva, very big. 6'4", all of that 265-pound weight limit, probably comes in about 280 pounds. His last fight, he was just ripped up, barely made that 265-pound weight limit, and I'm sure he rehydrated up and everything like that. And he has, you know, an interesting mix of skills. Durable guy, he can get knocked down, very good on the ground, the jiu-jitsu, everything like that. Strong, obviously he's got that double hammer fist, the ground and pound, everything like that. Not as fast as I like to see, and not as fluid as I'd like to see, but we're going to get to that in a second. Cormier, 5'11", he's about 239, 240-ish, unbelievable wrestler, and by the looks of him, you wouldn't, you know, necessarily pick him to be an elite world-class athlete, even though he's got good size, whatever, but man, he gets it done. And all he's done is win in MMA, undefeated, but now you're stepping it up to a whole different level. His last win over Jeff Monson, I thought, was convincing, a very solid win. Monson's been there forever and has fought all the best and stuff like that. And it was interesting to see that sort of grappling matchup. But in fact, Cormier outstruck him in many ways in that situation and stayed out of harm's way with some of these submissions, but also was not afraid to take the fight wherever it went. Wow, this is a tough situation. I think the size is going to pose a bit of a problem for Cormier. Anyone getting in there with Bigfoot, you know, who isn't one of those, you know, really massive guys out there, heavyweights, I think is going to have that kind of disadvantage. But in some ways, if Cormier is able to keep the pace up and keep working like his, you know, teammate there, you know, Cain Velasquez, he could easily out-hustle and outwork and wear out the big man. And I just think at the end of the day, that's what it's going to come down to. I do like Cormier to squeak out a decision here. I'm not going to say it's super close, but basically outwork and outpoint Bigfoot Silva. And I think that his elite wrestling skills are going to, and his, you know, his endurance are going to be able to keep him out of harm's way with Silva. And I think that he's going to be able to get enough done there. Now, we'll see. It's going to be, like I said, it's a very, very interesting match, and I may change my mind on this one. But I'm saying right now, 60-40, Cormier by decision. Paul, how do you see this match? It's intriguing. I think it's one of the more interesting matchups that we'll see, even though people may not be so hip to it yet.
Yeah, I'm going to flip-flop with you on this one, John. I'm going to go slightly more towards Bigfoot Silva in this matchup, just because of the more experience and the size. I mean, he's so big. When we saw what that meant against Fedor, and I'm impressed with both of these guys. I know you've met Cormier. I've only got to see Cormier fight really against Monson. I was very impressed. Yeah. I mean, he's another one of the wrestlers that really has the ability to strike and has a good versatility in his game. I was impressed with his leg kicks. He did some very good stuff in that matchup. And I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if Cormier won this fight. As you mentioned, he has elite wrestling skills. He might be able to control Silva to a certain extent while avoiding submissions. But I'm really, you know, I'm really a believer in Silva. I'm really a believer with that massive frame. I mean, the thing that was so impressive about him when he was fighting against Fedor was he was disciplined. He had a good game plan. He understood Fedor's tendencies.
We're going to talk about all that and more, but first I got to tell you about this. Aero Caddy here. Check this out right here. Aero Golf has sponsored us for this month for our new videos and the videos that we shot for them. Aero Golf is paying us for this sponsorship, and they also have given us this free Aero caddy here, which is pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. Cedar Joyner of Aero Golf is my cousin, so I want to tell you all that. Make sure you look at all the disclosures and all the disclaimers, including the description and at the end of this video. But here's the thing, like, we shot some videos with these guys, and you can check it out and check out our videos we did. We were actually on the golf course. I thought, you know, in my personal opinion, I'm not a big golfer, but in my personal opinion, I thought this is pretty cool. It's 20 bucks. Look, if you're a golfer, you know someone that is, you might want to check into this. You might want to check it out right here. I think they look really nice. Could be a good stocking stuffer. Might be something that you might want for your golf game, so check that out.
He thinks well. He's improved a tremendous amount, and I just think he's going to be able to edge this one out. Although I would not be surprised if Cormier did find a way to win this, but I'm picking Silva.
Okay, and I'm not going to vehemently disagree with you in this situation because, look, in a lot of ways, Silva seems to have found this new level. He seemed to step it up. You can see him coming in a new level of physical shape for him, at least visually. That's what it looked like at that last weigh-in. This win over Fedor, I think, has been a big boost to his confidence, everything like that. And he has the physical tools to do stuff, plus that jiu-jitsu base and the size that can really do stuff. So what you're saying definitely resonates. The man has experience. He has fought at a very high level here. And I think that, you know, what you're saying has a lot of merit. However, I'll put this other wrinkle into it. He was dropped against Mike Kyle, who basically was, let's be honest about it, a guy coming up from light heavyweight, you know, for that fight. You know, he was kind of, you know, so now you've got a guy who I believe was fighting light heavyweight, at least a little bit, coming up to fight heavyweight as a fill-in, and he dropped Silva. Okay, so here's a guy that's supposed to be big, you know, big heavyweight. Similarly, yes, he won that Fedor fight. It got stopped, and he really dominated that second round and had Fedor in trouble. But the first round, in my personal opinion, Fedor won, and Fedor had Silva on the ground. And Fedor is an undersized heavyweight compared to, or at least a lighter heavyweight compared to these, you know, basically, you know, bigger heavyweights. And Mike Kyle's a guy that came up. The point being is, again, I question for his size Silva's chin in a way. I'm not saying it's soft, but I'm not saying I don't think it's that super strong either, number one. And number two, his ability to move and get out of the way of a punch, and his sort of overall ability. In other words, I think Silva's really good when he's on offense. I'm not sure how good he is on defense. And I think when you have someone in there that's bigger, that is, you know, another level up from a Fedor or these other people that has, you know, great wrestling, that's not going to, you know, wear down, whatever like that, I think it's going to be interesting. And I guess what I'm saying is, I don't expect Cormier to win this off of, you know, huge punching power. I don't expect him to win this off submission. I think he can simply win this off of just simply outworking and not being dominated by, on a ground game, Silva. So if he can stay off his back and outwork the big man, I think that's how Cormier wins this. What are your final take on that?
I think that's a good and fair assessment, John. Again, I would not be surprised at all if Cormier did end up winning this. The guy clearly has potential, and I think he's got some real special qualities. I'm just going with a little bit more of a known quantity here. I agree with you. I do think Silva has found a new level. I think you're right. I think there are some chin concerns there. I've seen some of the fights as well. I just like I said, I'm leaning towards Silva in this, maybe 55-45, 60-40, but it's going to be a great matchup to watch. I can't wait to see how it plays out.
It's going to be fantastic, and then like you said, I really concede either way. I have it 60-40 for Cormier right now, but at the same time, like you said, I don't want to give short shrift to Bigfoot Silva, and I might change my mind again. Bigfoot Silva needs to do what he does best. Get in there, use his size, get it to the ground, impose that ground and pound, wear out Cormier, and dominate from there and look for your opportunities from there. And if Silva's able to do that, it's going to be a long night for Cormier. So it's a very interesting fight. I'm actually really looking forward to this fight. This is one of the most intriguing matchups because I really can see it unfold in a lot of different ways. So I'm interested in seeing what this fight's going to go down. I think it's really great, and we're excited about it. What do you guys out there think about this? Who's going to win and why? I want to know about it right now. Give me the comments below. Subscribe above if you like this video, and push the like button right down there below. And for Conservative Media, I'm John D. Villarreal, the four-time national champion and the MMA expert. That is Paul. We are Conservative Media. We thank you again, and we'll see you next time.